Hello and welcome back to another tutorial. I didn't think it would be so fast that I would have to re-record the dialogue tutorial, but we've just had so many improvements over the last days that it is worth putting out a whole new tutorial. So if you've watched the first dialogue tutorial, then great. Otherwise, if you are newly joining us, that is also totally fine, and you should be able to follow along. So, I'm back in our tutorial space, and I'm just going to start by creating a new NPC. So I am going to head over here, and okay, perfect. This person looks great. So I'm just going to click dialogue. This is the dialogue button up here. We're already on a new dialogue. And if you have never done dialogue in Baldur's Gate or Divinity before, you just right click, and this is a node based dialogue system, meaning that we're going to have different nodes, and these nodes are all going to be connected to form our dialogue system. So, nodes need to start with a greeting. You might be able to start with these other things as well, but most of our nodes are going to start with a greeting. And we're just going to keep this very, very simple. You can dive into this more if you want. But we're going to say, hey, I wasn't sleeping. And we're going to try to animate this later, which is why we're going to have that be the greeting. And then we're going to give the player some options here. They can either say, sure, I believe you, or right. And if they say, sure, I believe you, that will be the end of the dialogue. Totally fine. Otherwise, we're going to add an answer that just says, no, seriously, I'm awake. And you'll notice the structure that we have is a greeting from the NPC and then question from the player, even though they're not really questions, and then an answer from the NPC. And when we go ahead and we add in the speakers, so we press edit up here, we click add speaker, and then we just find, we called it Cinna Undead. Yep, that's speaker number 1. And then this is group players. All right, and if you're coming from the first video, we had to put all of these strings in a translation key. We do not need to do that anymore. We are fine to hit save, and I'm just going to call this tutorial video. And we'll let that save. I'm surprised I actually didn't get an error on that because this needs a end node on it. We're going to save again. Okay. Also in this, on the first video, I showed how you can add dice rolls. I'm not going to add a full one, but you can just do, if I were to uncheck the end node on this, we can add active dice rolls in here, and we can go into the properties and change the roll type ability. This difficulty class, you need one. This sets the DC of the roll, and instead of setting an actual number, you just set like a property that the game defined in the statistics. And then you can keep the dialogue going on a roll, pass, or fail. So, okay, that is what we have here. Now we're going to add some new things, but let's go ahead and let's test out the dialogue just to see what it looks like. So I'm going to go over here. The first thing I'm going to do is go to default dialogue, change this to tutorial video, and then I'm also going to check her faction. She's a neutral NPC. I say this because if you accidentally add an evil faction, you really don't want the person that you are trying to talk to kill you. So I'm going to reload the level. This lets me know if I have anything that needs to be saved. And I also just find that things work more stably when I reload the level before I test them. So if you're finding things not working, you may just need to do that. Right. Head over here. All right, and we get our dialogue. We can see the camera is still free. This resembles really like Divinity more than Baldur's Gate, which is fine. Like this is, if you're just creating a little mod and you just want dialogue to work, you can probably go ahead and call it a day here. We can say right, and it says no, seriously, I'm awake. and then we can end the dialogue. We're going to take this a step further, though. I'm going to go out of the game window. I'm going to save because this next part can get a little bit crashy right now. We're going to open back up the dialogue. We're going to go to Tools, Timeline, Generate, Full Copper. So let's just talk through this for a second. Timeline is the cinematics tool in Baldur's Gate. We're going to generate one. And copper, to our best guess, is the grade of cinematic being created. Meaning the dialogue, there's some things in here that tip us off that when Larian was making these cinematics, they graded themselves on how good they wanted the cinematic to be, probably for their animation team of like gold, silver, bronze. This is copper, meaning we are just starting out with the basics. At time of posting, full doesn't work. Maybe full will work by the time that you watch it, but we're gonna just hit full copper. We're gonna hit OK. We want to make sure that we're saving to our mod. Then this window will pop up. We want to say next. If you have the ability to just put next on this, go ahead and just hit next again. Next, and then finish. If you don't have the ability to just hit next on this, do let us know in the comments. There have been some bugs, but all right. Without further ado, let's just hit finish there. This is going to bring up the timeline panel. If you have a second monitor, please utilize it at this time. Drag this timeline panel out into a new monitor because it is it is hard to work with. I also want to point out this is not full nudity. There is a leaf covering him up over here. We wanted to make sure that there was no full nudity in the video. I'll get it off of him though, just to, I don't know, make some people more comfortable. We're going to work with this the best we can though, given our limited resources here. I'm going to see if I can actually put this on top. So it's not going to let me put it on top. That's okay. We have a animation editor, and we are able to animate this conversation. And so how do we do that? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to open a scene, which takes us to another window. Now we have two windows. We have the scene and then the animation. And we just want to add a camera. So I apologize. This really is not the easiest thing to do in the world all on one window, so bear with me. Yeah, because I don't even know where that went to. That's not great. Oh, there it is. So we're going to hit add camera down here. This is going to add a new camera. We're going to right click and press pilot camera. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just set a angle. This is not going to be a good angle. It's not a very cinematic angle. I just want to show you that it's working. And if the option is available for you, you'll go ahead and press apply transform. But this is not fully working well right now, I would say. We're still in the process of getting this to be better and better. So we're just going to hit save and then head back over here and hit yes, and that will apply it correctly. And we're going to make sure that this did save. There we go. At time of posting, this area is a little bit crashy, but this is where you also can edit some of the face lighting and things like that. So, all right, let's head back over here, and we're just going to add a simple animation. So I'm going to hold Control and zoom in. We can click on the different lines. If we double click the lines, these are the things happening when the NPC is saying the line. So this, hey, I wasn't sleeping, we're just going to add an animation to her. So we're going to click track down here, add animation, body appears to work best. And then I'm going to add a component on that, and we're just going to search sleep. Maybe sleep, awake to sit. That feels like it might work well. And then I'm just going to press play spacebar to play it. And this is where if I had a second monitor, this would be better because I can't see both the preview of the scene and the preview of the timeline very well. But if we do that and then we hit spacebar, we can see it was that easy. to get her to sleep, to sit up. Perfect. Then we're just going to do the same thing on here. Let's just do sit to stand maybe. And we're going to call that probably good. All right. I'm not going to go much more in depth for a couple of reasons. Number one, this is fresh at time of posting. Um, I am still learning this tool. I feel pretty comfortable with it, but there's just a lot of things that you can explore here, and we want you to explore them. At time of posting, voice and emotions and lip syncing are not working. If there's another video on the playlist that says something about those, that's how you'll know that we probably have it working. I'll try to post a tutorial right away. Um, but let's just go ahead and see what happens. I'm really hoping that this all works. My guess is the animations might like repeat. Like we never set it so that when she went from the sleeping to the sitting up, that didn't loop or something like that. So there's a really good chance that that animation loops. I don't care too much about that. Okay, we still didn't get the camera angle working, but we have the animations working. And it does loop. That's funny. Um, yeah, but there we go. Okay, so that is pretty good. Let's go ahead and let's open up the dialogue again, and we just want to figure out why that camera wasn't working. So I'm going to go over here to camera shot. And I'm going to press from scene. There we go. And now you can see we have, this is that cinematic, if you will, shot that we made in the scene editor just a minute or two ago. Let's go ahead and reload our level and story. I'm more comfortable that it's showing me this now. I think that there's a better chance that it's going to work. As always, though, I mean, this tool, we're tinkering right now. We're just seeing what works. Yeah. Okay. Um, we can make this a bit smoother so she doesn't fall on the ground. Uh, let's do that really quick. That could be one of the last things that we do because that's hilarious. Open this back up, and this is just as easy as right-clicking this and doing properties. And we're not gonna fade into this at all. We want it to just be a hard. And then I don't know. I'll put hold on this. This probably won't fix it, but you know, let's reload the story here. Okay. There we go. Hey, I wasn't sleeping. I bet it's still going to loop. No? Oh, did it hold? Perfect. This is great. Yeah, right? I did not add a hold on this one. Wow. Okay, the dialogue just ended after that. That actually was fantastic. So there you go. We have our intro to cinematics. I am sure that you can come up with something much, much better than I did in that few minutes. But this is just a primer on this stuff. So let us know what questions you have in the comments. Do join our Discord channel. That is where the latest release of Moon Glasses is, our tool that makes some of these features possible in the toolkit. Let us know what tutorial videos you want to watch. I hate the whole cliche like and subscribe, but genuinely that will get these videos to you faster if they are helpful. So if you find them helpful, that would be appreciated. All right, have a great day, and we'll see you for the next video.